Hello everyone, today we'll finish our Star Guardian Kaisa by painting her head, blasters and weapons. Firstly, like we did with the body, we will cover the head and blaster with grey cere. The weapon should already be done due to the previous video. In case you haven't watched the body video, it is in the description, so go watch it, I'll wait. Starting with the skin as always, we will apply basic skin tone to the face. This will give us an extra reason not to make mistakes while painting the hair. Take a big brush and let's apply Screamer Pink on the hair. For now, cover the gems in the front of the hair. We will paint those way later. Afterwards, we'll make a mid-tone of Screamer Pink and Pink Horror in a 1:1 ratio. We will add a few highlights here and there. As long as you don't paint in the recesses, there is no way of doing a mistake. Subsequently, with Pink Horror, we will do even fewer highlights around the hair over the previous layer. We will smooth the color transition in the upcoming steps. Since there is no deep pink shade, we will dilute Doomfire Magenta with Contrast Medium in a 1:3 ratio. The result will be used to shade the hair. Let the contrast dry for 5 minutes. Once the contrast dries fully, we will go back to Pink Horror and reapply some of the highlights. We aim at the highest peaks and the center of the flatter areas of the bunks. With Sunset Red, we will apply second highlights all over the hair. Avoid painting at the recesses, as a mistake now will cause us to start from the beginning. To finish the hair, we will use Emperor's Children to edge highlight only the highest and frontal edges. As the paint is niche, this step is optional. Now that we are done with the hair and before we move back to the face, it is a great time to paint the gems on Kaisa's head. The task will be done by using Retributor armor and while being extremely careful. Feel free to shade and highlight them, I didn't do either. Returning to the face, we will paint the eye sockets and the eyebrows with Abaddon Black. Fix any mistakes done to the skin in case you overpainted. Immediately afterwards, we will reuse Screamer Pink and paint over the black on the eyebrow level. This will give us a slightly darker pink than the base of the hair. Continuing on with Corax White, which we will use to paint the eye scleras. Next up, the eyes. Lore-wise, the irises are purple, and that is what we are going to paint them. The base will be Sirius Purple. We will highlight close to the center of the irises with Gene Stealer Purple. We only need a very thin layer to lighten it up a bit. For those who also want to do pupils, it can be done with Abaddon Black. Training our freehand, we can paint the diamonds at Kaisa's face with Sunset Red. With Corn Red, or alternatively Asmodeus Red, we will paint the lips. Now, time to highlight the skin and hide any mistakes under those highlights. Using pale flesh and targeting mainly the cheekbones and the nose bridge, we will highlight the face. Finally, with light flesh, we will add details to the face's highlights. And with that, the head is done. Moving to the blaster, first thing we need to do is to give them a nice layer of Corax White. This will make them bright and it will be useful in case you want to take the optional step at the very end. By making heavy use of Retributor armor, we will paint all areas that are slightly higher than its main body, save the gems. Afterwards, like we did on the body and legs, we will paint the gems with Corn Red. There is another gem behind the one which is easily visible. With Agrax Earth Shade, we will shade both the golden and red areas. Avoid painting over the white area as much as you can. Let the shade dry fully before continuing. We will highlight the gems before the golden areas. This way, if we paint over the gold, we can just hide the mistake under a highlight. Apply corn red to 80% of the gem, top to bottom. Mixing corn red and Evil Sun Scarlet in a 1:1 ratio will result in the color we will use to add a highlight on the gems. Paint 50% top to bottom. Afterwards, with Evil Sun Scarlet, we will do edge highlights around the gems. Back to the golden areas, with Retributor Armor, we will add a highlight close to the edges. Don't make it an edge highlight as we aim to make a gradient. Subsequently, we will do edge highlight with Auric Armor Gold. Optionally, we will dilute Emperor's Children with Glaze Medium in a 1:2 ratio. With the result of the mix, we will start to glaze on the white area of the blaster. Load the brush with the mix and then remove any excess on a paper towel. Afterwards, slowly start painting the required area. For the recesses, we will use the same mix as shade, so load your brush and unload only in the recesses. The blasters are done. The results should look like this. We will start the weapon just like we started the blasters, by giving them a nice couple of layers of Corax white to the sides. Do not paint the blades. Then, with Retributor Armor, we will paint the rim of the handle and the areas which hold the blades. If you are wondering why half of it is already painted, check Kaisa's body video, it's in the description. Shaking our Apothecary white really good, we will paint the areas next to the rim, which is not the blade. I really don't know how to call it. Let the contrast dry for 10 minutes before continuing forward. Cover the raised areas of the area we painted with a contrast with Corax white. This will give a nice contrast between the raised areas and the recesses. Afterwards, we will give all those areas nice details with any pure white you have. Scale 75's white is a great choice, but so is White Scar. With undiluted Doomfire Magenta, we will paint the blades. Let the contrast dry fully before continuing. Once dry, we will continue with Sunset Red on the belly of a brush. By touching only the edges of the details which exist on top and the sides of the blades, we will do edge highlights. Unfortunately, the camera does not do justice on this step. You will have to zoom really close to see it in the video. In real life, it is completely different. Next, we'll use Agrax Earth Shade and warm the golden a bit. It goes without saying that this is a delicate step, as we don't want to ruin the work we've done so far. So do be careful and avoid all mistakes. Once the shade is fully dry, we take Retributor Armor and go for the highlight. Ultimate step for the blades in this tutorial, adds highlights with Auric Armor Gold. The results for the blade should look like this. All colors used in this video are on your screen now. I was MiniatureUrsus. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Here's a nice recommendation on what to watch next.